Hey there everyone, today in this video, Charles Oliveira is ready to take revenge against Islam Makhachev, but not in Abu Dhabi, rather in Brazil. The UFC middleweight title holder Israel Adesanya believes that the sheikhs of Abu Dhabi will help Makhachev defeat Oliveira, because Adesanya claims that Arab investors paid the UFC for Makhachev's victory over Volkanovski. Now this is a pretty serious accusation, not just against the UFC, but potentially against Volkanovski, as how could the sheikhs buy this fight without paying Volkanovski? Therefore, something seems pretty wrong here, so we're going to see where he got this information from and what really happened. Also later on in the video, it has become known that Conor McGregor has been accused of rape. Now, the network published a video showing how former UFC champion Conor McGregor walks with a girl to allegedly sexually assault her later. The footage shows how McGregor approaches the girl, whose face was hidden, takes her by the hand, and then takes her off somewhere. But we're gonna kick things off in order. But before we kick off the video, I just want to ask you guys, please do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate it, so thank you in advance. Now, Conor McGregor, who has not fought in 2 years, continues to be one of the leading figures in the world of mixed martial arts. His popularity is based not only on his sporting achievements, but also on the provocative image that he maintains outside of the octagon. Now, as you know, McGregor is known for his pretty outlandish acts and harsh insults on social media, as it helps create excitement and interest in future fights. In addition, he is also building his acting career. He's done a couple films and is currently also one of the trainers on The Ultimate Fighter, where he shares his knowledge and experience with his team. However, there is another side to his popularity. McGregor is regularly accused of various illegal acts, lately sexual assault. Now, at the same time, it should be noted that McGregor has repeatedly acquitted himself of such accusations and has been repeatedly found not guilty. But unfortunately, the former UFC champ is once again at the center of a scandal. This time it's not good news for McGregor, as his participation that he had with the NBA. He didn't really calculate the strength that he had when he hit the mascot over the head and then had to send him over to the hospital. But then it just turned out that was actually all part of the script. So now McGregor is accused of a full-fledged crime, sexual assault, which allegedly occurred during the NBA Finals game on June 9th. According to media reports, McGregor allegedly locked himself in with a girl in the bathroom and then forced her to do intimate actions, but she was able to escape by hitting him with her elbow. A video appeared on the network in which McGregor walks with a girl in order to allegedly sexually assault her. Now, the footage shows how McGregor approaches her, whose face is hidden, takes her by the hand, and then leads her off somewhere.
Like, you were doing this little thing, and I was like, what the fuck is that? I've never seen nothing like it. This guy is a fucking genius, eh?
Now, currently, the woman does not want to enter into any legal proceedings and is trying to settle the situation with Conor out of court. Perhaps this is due to an attempt to avoid publicity and possible blackmail, which could damage McGregor's reputation. However, many of his fans hope that he also can avoid some jail time. So, McGregor's future, well, it remains uncertain. Now remember, Conor had 48 hours to enter the USADA testing pool, which has now already passed. And according to a spokesperson for USADA, McGregor is still not in the organization's testing pool.
Hey Max, put the Bruce Springsteen on for you, yeah? You like that, yeah? With the Bruce. There we go, hold on, I heard okay.
So in order to be allowed to fight, Conor must be under observation for 6 months. If the Irishman passes the first doping test within 2 days, he may still have time to fight at UFC 296, which is taking place on December 16th. But UFC President Dana White has made it clear that the coaching fight between McGregor and Michael Chandler may not be taking place after all. Having dealt with his potential challenger in a fight with Beneil Dariush, Charles Oliveira is now ready to exact revenge on Islam Makhachev, but mind you, the title fight could be postponed as it will not be held in Abu Dhabi, but rather in Brazil, saying, "I will fight where they say. I can't say no, I'm not going to fight, because then I'll hear, okay, Michael Chandler, Dustin Poirier, you're fighting for the title." That's what they'll do and it won't change. But when I was a champion, I defended the title on his land. Then he said at the press conference that he wanted to fight in Brazil, so why not fight me in Brazil in November?
Please, my team is ready. Let's go. I want to make this in Brazil. We asked about Brazil many times.
Now, Oliveira also commented on the information that in a fight with him, Makhachev opened up as a multiple-time favorite, saying, "I am very glad that they consider me an underdog. I promise you next time I will show the screenshots that people send me earning from my fights." I joke back, how much is due to me? $107,000, the other 15, someone 4, someone 3. Whoever believes in Charles Oliveira makes money. If I'm an underdog again, great, time to bet. Who believes in me? Let's make some money. I was the underdog in the fight with Dariush. So many people were able to make good money betting on me. I earned, received a bonus, and those who sat on the couch and cheered for me did not lose out either. But according to the UFC plan, Islam Makhachev should be defending his lightweight belt on October 21st at UFC 294 in Abu Dhabi. And the organization's next Brazilian event takes place on November 4th in Sao Paulo. However, I think for Makhachev it is not so important where exactly he fights, but rather for the UFC it is very important where exactly Makhachev's next fight will be. So as you know, Makhachev is not the most commercially successful pay-per-view fighter. The only place where he can attract resources and viewers is in Abu Dhabi, where he is known and loved by everyone. But UFC middleweight title holder Israel Adesanya believes that the Abu Dhabi sheikhs will help Makhachev beat Oliveira. Adesanya claims that Arab investors paid the UFC to give Makhachev a win over Volkanovski. This is a conspiracy. My friend gave me this idea. I was at the Volkanovski-Makhachev fight. Alex is a great fighter. Of course, the Dagestanis are strong in the fight, but on that day, Alex defeated Islam. And then my friend told me the following. Look how influential Arab investors from the Middle East are in the UFC. They pay money to have a champion from another part of the world in the UFC, Adesanya stated. However, questions then arise regarding the reliability of this information and the motives for such claims. If the Arab sheikhs allegedly helped Makhachev to defeat Volkanovski, then what did Adesanya's friend Volkanovski do in this situation? What role did he play in this supposed scenario? Does this mean that Volkanovski fixed the fight? Now, this particular piece of the puzzle seems puzzling and leaves room for a lot of skepticism. There is a very serious accusation not only against the UFC, but also potentially against Volkanovski. How could the sheikhs buy this fight without paying off Volkanovski? Therefore, something seems a bit off. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with Adesanya, or do you have your own opinion on this matter? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you liked the video, you know what to do, because a little bit more and we will be at 60,000. So, thank you very much in advance.